Hello, everyone, and welcome to our beginner chakra yoga class. My name is Francine, and it will be my honor to guide you through this practice. Now, the word chakra may be new. However, most of you have likely seen something like this depicting a person in easy pose with these beautiful colored circles along the spine. Those are our chakras, our energy centers. There are a lot of qualities and properties associated with each chakra. And to keep it simple today, I'll focus just on the location, the color, a keyword, and if applicable, an element. As far as props go, you can feel free to have a chair, blocks, a cushion, perhaps even a strap. It's important to listen to the messages that the body is sending us. We never want to feel pain throughout our practice. We may feel challenge. If we feel pain, we can come out of it, perhaps do a smaller version, or simply come to a comfortable position. We're going to be breathing in and out through the nose today, if we can. If at any time we feel lightheaded, we can feel free to just slow down the breath. Maybe we made our changes too quickly. And so let's begin focusing on our root chakra. The color is red. The element is earth. The location is at the very base of our spine. And our keywords can include grounding, stability, safety. Let's begin lying on our backs. Since our element is the earth, we begin by simply connecting with the earth underneath us. Perhaps we want to put a block under our knees, our thighs. Maybe we prefer to find ourselves here in constructive rest. And so let's just notice whichever we've chosen, and that includes the choice of a chair, where we are connecting with the earth underneath us. And the color is red, the location, the base of our spine. And one more breath right here. Then bringing our feet to the mat wider than hip width. And let's just begin to let both knees fall to the right and to the left very softly. As we move the knees side to side in our hip area, maybe feeling a little bit of opening or even hearing cracking, popping sounds. As long as there's no pain, we continue with our gentle movement in the area of our root chakra. And last one. And then let's toe heel the feet in line with the hip bones, bringing the feet close to the sitting bones, arms by our sides, palms are down, squeezing the belly button gently. We can feel free to add a block between the inner thighs. And on our next inhale, let's begin to lift the hips. And exhale down vertebra by vertebra. Let's do two more just like this. So the inhale, the hips come up. Exhale, we come down. Now on the next one, let's lift the hips and also bring the arms up and by the ears and exhale down. And just one more. Bringing the knees to the chest. Giving ourselves a nice hug. And since our chakras are represented in a circular form, let's take the time during our practice to bring our attention to the chakras by doing circles with various parts of the body, imagining that the knees are pencils and we want to draw a circle on the ceiling. We begin to let the knees fall to the left and then away as the arms almost straighten. Inhale. Exhale as the knees return. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Inhale. Exhale. And from here, let's change the direction. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. And then returning the knees to the chest. The hands are behind the knees. And we're going to go into versions of Happy Baby. Our first version, simply letting the knees fall open. Hands behind the knees. Perhaps we want to take the feet towards the sky, reaching for the outside or the inside of the feet. Whichever version we're doing, let's rock a little bit side to side, massaging our spine. And releasing the feet or the knees. Feet return to the mat. Let's roll onto our right side, using our left hand to gently help us come up. And making our way to Sukhasana or easy pose. Perhaps you'll choose to sit on the chair, sit in this position I'm in now, or easy pose, seated on the blocks. Taking our hands palm down onto the knees to ground us. There's a beautiful saying that in order to flourish up above, one must be rooted below. And so as we're here seated, feeling the sitting bones, the chakra, the root chakra, rooting into the chair, the block, the mat, really rooting us into the earth beneath. And let's come to cat-cow. We inhale, chest opens, slight arch in the spine, and we exhale round. And again. And one more. We meet in neutral. We inhale the arms up. Exhale, side bend to your right. And inhale. Exhale, side bend to your left. And our last one. And let's change the cross of the legs. Returning to our circles. And this time we remain seated. Take the torso. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And then we switch our direction. Last one. We inhale the arms up. And on our exhale, we just gently twist to your right, placing the left hand on the right knee, right arm behind us. Every inhale, we grow a little taller. Every exhale, we twist a little bit more. And on the inhale, we come to center, taking one full breath in between. Here in neutral. And on our next inhale, we begin to twist to the left. Right hand on left knee, left arm behind. And inhale, untwist. Let's make our way to table. From here, coming into our cat, cow, child's flow, because we've changed chakras, we're now below the navel. The color is orange. Our keywords are feeling, creativity. We'll inhale cow, exhale cat and child, and then inhale. Our element is water, which is always moving. And so bringing this flow, this movement into our cat, cow, child to represent water. And now let's meet in neutral and begin to make our way onto our bellies, finding Sphinx, a great opportunity to have that chakra in contact with our mat. Our elbows can be underneath the shoulders. The back of the neck is long. If this is too intense of a back bend, I invite you to move the arms forward, or if we prefer, simply to make a pillow with our hands resting our forehead on our hands in crocodile. The location is below our navel. The color is orange. The element is water. Feeling, creativity. And from here, we take the torso down, return to that table position. If our knees are tender, we can feel free to grab a cushion, a pillow, or even roll our mat over a few times to make extra cushioning for our knees. Let's come into wide-legged child's pose, toes together, knees apart, taking the sitting bones towards the heels. If this is intense, we can always place a cushion or a block between the calves and the backs of the thighs. Forehead comes to the earth, resting either on a block, our joined hands. Our first chakra is located at the very base of our spine. The color is red. Our second one is below the navel. Our color is orange. Slowly pressing the hands into the earth, beginning to come up, removing the cushion if we chose to use it. We find ourselves in table, coming into bird dog, engaging our core, Let's begin by simply inhaling the right leg back and exhaling it down. This time we inhale the left leg back and we exhale down. If we wish, we can add opposite arm, right leg, left arm. Inhale, exhale down. Right arm, left leg. Inhale, exhale down. One more on each side. And as we find ourselves in table, the fingers are open wide. We're pressing into the fingertips. Hands are below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Let's return to our circle theme. We take the hips to the left. We inhale forward, exhale back. Visualizing those chakras, those energy centers. One more. And then we change the direction. Inhale as we go forward. Exhale as we go back. Last one. Keeping the hands fully engaged. Again, fingertips pressing, knuckles pressing, so that we don't have all the weight on the heel of the hands. Let's tuck the toes under and find our first downward facing dog of the day. We inhale, exhale, we lift the hips back towards the back side of our mat. Knees are bent. And while we're here, let's gently pedal the heels down one at a time. Our spine is lengthening. And let's find stillness. Inhale, press into the hands. Exhale, lower the heels a little bit. And again, we inhale, press through the hands. Now the heels, they don't have to touch. One more breath here. And then let's slowly, with soft knees, begin to walk our feet towards our hands, finding ourselves in forward fold. We can take ragdoll position, placing the hands on the insides of opposite elbows. Let's inhale, hands on shins to half back. Crown of the head lengthening in one direction, tailbone in the other. And then very slowly, let's soften the knees and begin to come up. And the head will be the last part of our body to come up. And we find mountain, and we are now in our third chakra, located here in the solar plexus. The color is yellow. Keywords: courage, confidence. And since our element is fire, let's do half sun salutations to bring a little bit of heat to the body. And so the feet are about hip width distance apart, knees are soft, core lightly engaged, and we can be doing this from our chair as well. We inhale up. Exhale, soft knees, hinge at the hips, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exit this time to chair, hands just to horizon or to the heart. Toes are lifted, pressing into the heels. We inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale, chair. taking our time. Your breath pattern may be different than mine. Maybe your breathing is a little bit faster or slower. That's okay. We all breathe at different times. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half back. Exhale is chair. Let's do one more. Exhaling, hands to the heart. Our first chakra is at the very base of our spine. The color is red. The second one below the navel, the color is orange. And now in the solar plexus, the color is yellow. Placing our fingertips on our shoulders. Let's inhale. Exhale, come into a twisted chair, creating more heat for our fire element. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. One more on each side. Bringing the arms by our sides, palms forward in mountain. Returning to our circle theme. Hip comes to the right. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. Two more. Change the direction. Last one. If we're not already there, facing the front short end of our mat, let's take our right leg back. For a brief moment, the feet are perpendicular, and then let's lift the ball, the toes of the back foot, turn them inward. We bend into the front knee. It's tracking towards that second or third toe. Let's squeeze the glute of the front leg to try to keep that knee tracking towards the front. Arms come up, warrior two. Keeping our shoulders above our hips. Again, we give the glute of the front leg a squeeze. Check how our tracking is, checking that our back foot is turned in. And then coming into reverse warrior. Back arm can be along the back leg or wrapped around the back of the waist. We return to warrior two. Exhale. Inhale to move. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale to move. Exhale, warrior two. One more. Let's turn to face the long side of the mat. Toes out, heels in. Inhale. Exhale, goddess. Inhale. Exhale, goddess. Continuing to bring a little bit of heat. Last one. 5-pointed star. Let's turn the toes of this foot in, of the other foot out, preparing for warrior two on this side, now facing the back of our mat. Checking in with the knee that it's tracking towards second or third toe. The glute of the front leg has a bit of a squeeze, and we have this imaginary hand here preventing us from letting the knee fall forward. back arm comes down. Front arm reaches for the sky, reverse warrior. Our keywords: courage, confidence. Return to warrior 2. Exhale. Inhale to move. Exhale as we get there. Inhale to move. Exhale, warrior 2. One more. And let's once again turn to face the long side of the mat, toes out, heels in. Inhale the arms up. Exhale, bending the knees, hinging slightly at the hips. Bringing our circle into our practice once again. Last one. On the exhale, the hands come to the heart. The foot closest to the back end of the mat. Let's turn those toes in, turn the other toes out, and then find ourselves once again facing the short end of our mat. Coming to our all-important breath. Finding mountain, feeling free to grab a block or a strap. As we find ourselves making our way to Anahata, our heart chakra. So we're here in Tadasana, mountain. We can interlace the hands behind us if we wish. We can take a block behind. We can even grab a strap, and that can be a tie, a belt. Knees are soft. Open the heart. Our keywords are love, kindness, compassion. Notice when we have the chest open, how much more deeply we can go on our inhales. And one more breath here. And then we can release the block or the strap if we were using one. Making our way to a balance pose called tree. It's spring right now, and the trees are really starting to release this beautiful green color full of leaves. Now we can feel free to use a chair or a wall if that would help us, just to counterbalance. Let's place our weight onto our left foot, knee is soft, glute is engaged. We lift the right heel and then we simply pivot the knee open. We can keep the ball and the toes of the the right foot down. Heel can be by the inner ankle. If we're comfortable, we can bring the foot to the inner shin, inner thigh, making sure not to place it along the knee. We can grow our branch or branches. So we have head above shoulders, above hips. And let's bring the right knee forward. Right foot comes down. We find mountain. Placing our weight onto the right foot, knee is soft, glute is engaged. Lifting This time the left heel, keeping in mind one side may feel completely different from the other. So maybe we want to leave that foot with a gentle contact with the earth. We have a string at the top of our head, and the head is above the heart, above the pelvis, maybe growing our branch or branches. And then we'll return that left knee forward, left foot comes back. Our hands come appropriately to heart center where we take a few breaths. Facing the short end of our mat. Inhale the arms up and exhale them down. Inhale up. We can see our circle shape once again. Now we inhale, and on the next exhale, soften the knees, hinge at the hips, coming to forward fold once again. Knees are soft, taking our hips side to side. Then beginning to walk our hands forward to find downward facing dog. Inhale, press into the hands. Exhale, maybe lowering the heels down a bit. Our heart chakra is the middle chakra that connects the top three, which are more spiritual, to the bottom three, which are more physical. Let's come down to our knees. Uncurling the toes, feeling free to grab a block as we make our way into camel. So perhaps we choose to place the block between the inner thighs. If we don't have one, that's okay. We visualize it as if it were there, squeezing towards center. Hands are behind us, fingers pointing down as if we were putting them in our pant pockets. We squeeze the block, we engage the core, we inhale. And on the exhale, lifting our heart towards the sky. Our element is air. When it comes to the head, I prefer to keep it as neutral as possible rather than throwing it back. And I focus on the heart lifting towards the sky. Let's inhale up. If we have the block, we can remove it, perhaps coming to this version of seated or a version that's comfortable for us. Hands on the knees, and let's just exhale into a cat pose for a couple of breaths. We return to neutral, keeping in mind that we can roll up the mat to place it under our knees, making our way to puppy, or as we call it in yin, melting heart. We can have a block to place our forehead on if we choose. So the hands come forward. This time, hips stay over knees. And as we're here, feeling the belly button engage and the front ribs knit together, we may be feeling sensation in the underarms and the sides of the upper body. Wherever we're feeling it, we breathe into our sensations. We walk our hands towards us. And let's make our way once again to seated as we travel to our fifth chakra, which is located here in the throat. The color is a beautiful crystal clear blue turquoise. We often see pictures of the beach with the most beautiful turquoise water. And with that in mind, let's come to our Ujjayi breath, or often referred to as ocean breath. Imagining that our hand is a mirror. We inhale, and on the exhale, we want to fog up the mirror. Now let's do that again, but with the lips closed. Our keywords: communication, truth. Our element is ether. One more. Now let's begin to open up the back of the throat chakra by bringing our chin to our chest on our exhale. Inhale, neutral. The last one. We meet in neutral. We inhale. On the exhale, let's glance to our right. Inhale, center. Exhale to our left. One more. And on our next exhale, let's tilt right ear to right shoulder. Still using ocean breath if we choose. And one more. And coming to neutral. From here, we can make our way to our chair or onto our backs, where we will have the choice for supported fish. If we don't have blocks, but we still want the chest opening, we can feel free to extend the legs. Place our arms in cactus. We can also have the lower body in constructive rest. If we're choosing to use blocks, placing one for the head, the other goes in between the two shoulder blades. So you'll notice that the two blocks don't touch. And here on the earth, they're forming a T. The legs can be in constructive rest. They can be in butterfly or cobblers. If we're using the chair, we can reach our arms back. If there is a back to the chair, grab a hold of it and open. And if there isn't a back to our chair, we can interlace our hands behind our back and come to our breath. If our legs are in butterfly, cobbler, Supta Baddha Konasana, we can use the hands closing the knees. Let's slowly roll to one side, using our hand to help press us up, removing the blocks. Returning to our backs, this time with our elbows on the earth, coming into Mongoose. And so on Mongoose, feeling like the shoulders are coming forward. The chin can be to the chest or slightly lifted towards the sky. You might be feeling a lot of sensation here in the upper body in our Mongoose. Let's bring the chin to the chest. Begin to come up. Finding our way to a seated butterfly or cobblers. If we have blocks, we can feel free to use those. As we make our way into the sixth chakra, sometimes referred to as the third eye. This one, the color is indigo, a mix between blue and purple, and the location is just here in the forehead between the eyebrows, maybe even slightly above. If we have blocks, we can place them in a construction of our choice, and then slowly bring our forehead to the block or blocks, massaging this chakra, rolling our forehead side to side. If we don't have blocks, we can place our hands and roll our forehead on our hands just as we would with a block. Our first chakra is at the very base of our spine. The color is red. Our second one below the navel, the color is orange. The third at our solar plexus, yellow. The fourth at our heart, green. The fifth at our throat, blue turquoise. The sixth between our eyebrows, the color's indigo. Very slowly beginning to make our way up. Placing the blocks to the side. It's often said that our eyes are the seat of our soul. And so it's wonderful to bring some attention to that third eye and massage our chakra. Returning now to child's pose, this time with the knees about hip width rather than mat width. Again, taking the sitting bones towards the heels, feeling free to place a cushion. This time, placing our hands one on top of the other and bringing that chakra once again to the hands and rolling side to side. Our keywords: intuition, insight, and pressing our hands into the earth. As we get higher, we have fewer physical poses, and it's actually now time to make our way to our crown chakra, Sahasrara, our 1,000-petal lotus. For this one, we can return To child's pose, we can interlace the fingers, bring them to the crown of the head to massage, or head into rabbit. Our color can be violet or crystal clear. Our keywords: consciousness, divinity. If we're headed to rabbit, we can use the cushion and bring the top of our head, the fontanelle, to the mat, to the cushion. Tucking the toes under, we can reach the hands towards the heels or just keep them by our side. If we are in rabbit, let's press into the hands and come up just part way. Take a breath here. And then slowly come to half back. Take a breath here. If Sukhasana is a comfortable position, I invite you to make your way to easy pose, seated. Again, this can be on the chair. It can be in another seated position of your choice. It can also be standing. We're going to do some chakra alignment breaths. So we're going to be imagining that there's a golf ball at the very base of the spine. And as we inhale, the golf ball will come up. And on the exhale, come down, massaging, flossing the chakras as they are here. And after 3 full breaths, we'll really have a louder exhale with the sound of releasing any negativity, anything that no longer serves us. For this one, let's come into our Lotus Mudra. So our hands are here in Anjali Mudra. We keep the pinky fingers and the thumbs together, and then we open up the other fingers. So the 2 pinkies are touching, the 2 thumbs are touching. And for our chakra alignment breath, let's bring it just to the crown of our head, representing our 1,000-petal lotus. So we inhale, exhale. One more like this. Now we'll inhale. And on the exhale, release with the sound of returning our hands to our heart in Anjali Mudra. Head over heart over pelvis. And the time has come for Savasana. You can make yourself comfortable in the chair. You can lie on your back with the legs extended, maybe a block underneath each knee or each thigh. Perhaps you like to lie on the side. Any position that's comfortable for you. Taking a moment to visualize our chakras. Bringing our attention to the base of our spine, the warm, healing red light. Grounding, stability. Our attention comes to the circle, to the light below our navel. The color is orange. Feeling creativity. coming to our solar plexus. The light is yellow, as this is our fire element. We may feel heat radiating from it. Courage, confidence. And as we come to our heart chakra, on the inhale, we fill our heart with love, kindness, compassion. Visualizing that beautiful ocean turquoise blue at the base of our throat. Communication, expression, truth. The indigo light between our eyebrows. Intuition. To the crown of our head, the 1,000-petal lotus. Perhaps yours is violet. It may also be clear. Consciousness, divinity. We'll take a few breaths in silence. Let's begin to deepen our breath a little bit. Wiggle our fingers and our toes. Starting to bring some movement to our extremities. Making any movements that feel right for us. Noticing whichever position we're in. Our contact with the earth. Extending our arms and extending the legs as well. In whichever position we find ourselves in. Inhale. Exhale, release. Perhaps if we're on our backs, bringing our knees to our chest, rolling side to side and massaging our spine. And if we're seated, we can give ourselves a hug. And very slowly, beginning to make our way back to a comfortable seated position. Taking the index finger and the thumb, touching them to form a circle, palms up to our sky and our mudra. Then returning our hands to our heart to Anjali Mudra, we'll close our practice with the chant of Om. One time we'll inhale, and on the exhale, we'll make our beautiful Om sound. Inhale. Om. I thank you for the honor of guiding you in today's practice. Namaste. Thank you.